Hello, welcome to my channel, Best Budget, where I try to make the best out of my budget. In today's video, we are going to go ahead and close out the paycheck that I did receive on the 16th of January. And we're going to also close out the whole month of January. And then we're going to go ahead and set up for February, but that'll be in a separate video. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so this is the paycheck budget tracker that I did use for the rollover paycheck for my January 16th paycheck. We're going to go ahead and get started with the inflow this week. So for source number 4, I did receive $23.73. I did overdraft my account, so some of my core savings came in at $100. I did roll over in my account number 1, $196.97. I did roll over in account number 2, $374.65. I did bring in some emergency money at $400. I did have source number 3 come in at $10.86. So altogether, my inflow total for this paycheck rollover week was $1,106.21. Okay, so the bills that we covered this week, as you can see, there's 3 of them I did not budget for, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So for my renter's insurance this week, it did go up from $24 and some change to $30.75. I have not filed a claim with them, and you know, the cost of business is going up, so we're all suffering from that. YouTube TV this month was $82.99. I am thinking about, well, I am going to be switching over from YouTube TV to Fubo TV. It's about $10 cheaper and I get more. So I'm going to be doing that probably at the end of February. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my YouTube TV and replace it with Fubo TV. My Apple storage this month was $9.99. My car insurance is $205.66. Amazon Prime did not clear this month, so I'm not for sure if they're going to double take a payment next month, but this month it did not clear. I did go into some Klarna payments. So my Klarna number 1, I owed $42.22, and my Klarna number 2, I owe $15.26. And then I did give a first fruit offering to my church. I did sow $1 for each day, so that was $365, and that's what I did bring my emergency money in for. So I did sow $1 for every day. I just do have faith in the Lord that He will bless me. When you have faith, you will see blessings. So altogether, our fixed expense total this week was $751.87. That did leave us a leftover of $354.34. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and move down to the variable expenses that I did spend this week. So for gas this week, we only spent $35.81. Household received $0. Food out received $28.78. I received $0. My daughter received $46.97. She went to go take her driver test and she passed. So of course, I did help contribute to that. My son received $20 this week. Miscellaneous received $13.92. And groceries only received $26.34. When I do have a big grocery haul, like the previous week, it seemed like the next week, I don't really need much. So we did $150, over $150 this week, and then we did about 86, almost 100, and then, you know, 26.34. So we are going to go to the grocery store on the 1st of February, which is Sunday. So that's going to probably be over maybe like $200. So okay, so we had a leftover of $182.52, and I just went ahead and just rolled that over to next week. As you can see, I had a leftover amount budgeted at $4.29. I just left that there as a buffer just in case if I needed it. So I did not bring that over here. I did not divide it in between 2 accounts. It was like not even worth it. So for account number 1, we are rolling over $109.01. And in account number 2, we're rolling over $73.51. And this is going into February, okay? So altogether, our rollover was $182.52, and that left us a zero-based budget. Like I say, this does not bring my account down to 0. This is what I did have left over, but it's accounted for. That means I'm rolling it over. It's named already to do a job, okay? So this is a look at my rollover paycheck from the 16th of January. Now we're going to go ahead and just close out the month of January. Okay, so as y'all can see, I'm not quite done filling this part out yet. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just do that on camera with you guys real quick. Okay, so the debt that we started with was only the we only started with $22,350. This is what I owed my lawyer. I didn't have no Klarna, no credit cards, and I wasn't even worried about my student loans last month, okay? December, I was not. Okay, so my student loans is in deferment, but I am paying every time I get paid. So I'm paying $25 every paycheck. You know, just for it to go down some. I do owe Klarna. I do owe $172.46. I do owe my lawyer $2,000, and then I owe my student loans as of 1/30/26. This is the balance, $21,285.54. So I just want to knock this out. There is no minimum payment, but I am making a payment of my own. Just, you know, like I said, just to keep it going. Okay, so I am counting my student loans as a extra payment amount because they're not due. Okay, so if they're not due, I'm just gonna count that as an extra debt payment just to make it, you know, understandable. So altogether, our total debt payments this month was only $554.46. This month our total debt balance is the $23,458. Okay, so for my overall debt balance is going to be in the negatives. Okay, guys, I'm just going to let you guys know it's going to be in the negatives. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just take C, which is $2,350. We're going to subtract D, which is 23,458. That gives us a negative 21,108. Okay, I'm gonna get this down real quick because I'm throwing money towards everything. This is going to get done real soon, and this I'm going to be working on this. Hopefully I can get this down within the next 2 years. Okay, that is the plan. I'm not going to do my monthly progress because it's going to be in the negative, so I'm not even going to be worried about that. So this is all the debt that I do have. My minimum payments for my Klarna is about no, I think it's wrong. That's 42 plus 15. It's about $57. So I'll fix it later. Okay, so this is my debt payment plan. This is the plan that I am using to pay off the debt. Now we're gonna go ahead and break down every category. Okay, so as you all can see, we do have my January monthly budget category breakdown. Okay, this explains what happened the whole month of January with the finances. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this page. I just pulled all this information off my Excel spreadsheet, well, my Google Sheets, through her budgeting course, and I just threw it in here. Okay, so I did write in my month January. Okay, so our starting balance, what we had brung in from December was $110.52. My earned income from my job was $3,455.40. My other income was $217.19. Savings used. We used $2,675 worth of savings. That includes me saving for my rent. That includes me saving my car insurance, the lawyer's bill, that emergency, as you can see. So I did bring in some savings, quite a bit of savings. I am going to replace that savings, you know, later on. I am still hoping to receive my 2024 taxes. They haven't even came in yet. No, 25 taxes. So no, 24. It's 24, you guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my 2024 taxes have not even came in yet. It took like a whole year for them like to review everything and make sure everything's correct. It's just weird. I haven't even received those yet. So hopefully next month I'll have an answer on those. Plus I still have to file again. So for 2025. So I'm going to be filing in in March. I'm going to file my taxes in March just so I can see what has been going on with my 2024 taxes, okay? So altogether, our total monthly inflow was $6,458.11. Okay, I'm trying to get this as an earned income. All right. So altogether, that was that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just go down my budget categories. Okay, so for cars, we spent $82.61. I did get an oil change, so that's what brung it over. So we were over budget by $42.61, and that was 1% of my total monthly inflow. My daughter, she spent $57.96. She was under budget by $192.04. That was 1% of my total monthly inflow. For debt this month, we were over budget. We spent $554.46, which is a good thing. We were over budget by $104.46, and that was 9% of our total monthly inflow. For food out, we were over budget. We spent $171.54. We were over budget by $11.54, and that was 3% of our total monthly inflow. For gas this month, we only spent $136.41. We were under budget by $103.59, and we spent 2% of my total monthly inflow. For groceries, we spent $437.95. We were under budget by $162.05, and that was 7% of our total monthly inflow. For household, we spent $98.29. We were under budget by $101.71, and that was 2% of our total monthly inflow. For insurance, we spent $313.80. We were under budget by $286.20, and that was 5% of our total monthly inflow. For me this month, I spent $40.80. I was under budget by $159.20, and that was 1% of my total monthly inflow. For miscellaneous, we spent $338.95. We were under budget by $161.05, and that was 5% of my total monthly inflow. For monthly subscriptions, we spent $82.35. We were under budget by $67.65, and that was 1% of my total monthly inflow. Monthly subscriptions, we spent $82.35. We were under budget by $67.65. Hold on. Okay. So for miscellaneous, we spent $338.95. We were under budget by $161.05, and that was 5% of my total monthly inflow. Monthly subscriptions, we spent $82.35. We were under budget by $67.65, and that was 1% of our total monthly inflow. For rent, my portion is $1,169. I was on budget with that, and that was 18% of our total monthly inflow. Savings deposited, we were under budget. We saved $2,066. We were under budget by $134, and that was 32% of our total monthly inflow. So for my son, he spent $60 this month. He was under budget by $190, and that was 1% of our total monthly inflow. For tithing, we were over budget. We spent $405. That was $365 over, which was my fresh fruit offering, and that was 6% of our total monthly inflow. For utilities, we spent $210.47. We were under budget by $89.53, and we spent 3% of our total monthly inflow. And you guys, I am investing. I did open up a Roth IRA. So when I did write this in, I was not investing. I just opened up my investment account this month in January, I think around like the 9th or so. So from now on, I am going to be adding my investments in. So of course, I did not budget for that. I do budget $25 each paycheck. So that was $50 that was spent into investments. And of course, we're over budget by $50, and that was 1% of my total monthly inflow. So If it's in brown, I was over. If it's in red, I was under. And if it's orange, I was on budget. As you can see, I was only on budget for my rent because that's like the fixed expense right now. So yeah, this is a look of my January monthly budget category breakdown. This is what happened with all of my money. So you guys come back because we're going to go ahead and set up for February. So I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me in this budget with me. And until next time, you guys take care. Bye-bye.